Okay, so I wanted to just talk a little bit about smart materials and just explain how they are made, because obviously I've just made my own smart material which is based on everything that I've just done. And there's a couple of things that I want to point out that I've done on purpose, and just to highlight more of an understanding of texturing from an artistic, creative standpoint and thinking about your models a bit more. Now, here I've got layers of it's what's called a machine, this machinery material on this area here. Now, it doesn't quite, it looks good, but it doesn't work well, because, if you were going to put it just looks like it looks odd. These parts are worn, but the rest of it isn't worn. So, that's part of that is because of where I've chosen to place that. But another thing is it highlights different areas of the model in terms of, well, why would this section here be, aged like this when the rest of it isn't? So that's the next step. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to use some of the particles brushes and some other procedurals, grunge, alpha, that sort of thing, to add dirt and make this more believable, age the rest of the material to match. So my aim is I'm going to keep them where they are, this one in particular and this one up here, which is a rusted metal, because I like the look of them, and I want to, I like the red and the blue and the black and the yellow. I want to get the rest of my model to match. But let's just quickly talk about smart materials. So I've made this is what I've done to make my smart material, and I had to make a second smart material because there were some elements. Some elements, like particularly this here, this blue sort of plasticky latex type material that wasn't that's only in the torso and the lower area of the body, and there was some other elements as well. Let's have a look. I'll tell you that there we go. So that's that plastic. And then you've got your latex, which is, I keep doing that, it's just annoying. Now where the heck is that? Well, I know I've done it. I did it yesterday. So it's only a tiny bit down there. Why is that doing that? Okay, I have to figure out why that's doing what it's doing. Part of that will be, no, I thought it might have been because of what it was covering it up. Anyway, let's take that base off. Yeah, it's very strange that. I'm going to have to work out why, because then, it's one of those things that you've got more information in the model which is taking up data that's just not needed. If we don't need this, if it's being covered by something else, or it's a tiny element, then we need to understand, is it worth putting all that information into to a tiny bit?